You're listening to the Holistic Lifestyle Guide podcast, the show that guides you on your holistic lifestyle journey to a healthy body, mind, and soul aligned with nature. Hello, everyone. Welcome to episode number 29 of the Holistic Lifestyle Guide podcast. So today I'm going to give a rundown of a couple of my favorite self-improvement and personal development experts. This episode is kind of a part 3 of a collection of resources of all these experts that I'm giving you. The first one was on physical health, and the second one was on spiritual health, and this one is on self-improvement and personal development experts. So you might have noticed that these are not quite following what I normally talk about as far as body, mind, and soul, because there's really not too many experts out there that just focus on mental health. And especially when it comes to holistic health, you kind of want to take everything all together. And so it's kind of hard to find people out there that just talk about mental health. They usually, there's a lot of therapists out there, but they don't usually put everything together in a cohesive package like I like to do. So I will talk about some of those people, but I also wanted to make this episode about self-improvement and personal development, particularly because there's a lot of these people that I follow that don't fit into the other categories. So I figured this would be a great episode to do, because a large part of living a holistic lifestyle and becoming the best version of yourself you can be is self-improvement and personal development. So after you have implemented a physical health regimen, then the next step up is to work on yourself in all areas. So this can include spiritually as well, and financially, even your personality, your overall success and happiness in life. So here we go. I'm going to give you some thought leaders, teachers, bloggers, coaches, and in some cases, just regular people who have devoted their lives to researching information and sharing the best information with others. And this is kind of what I do too, but I like to find people that have been doing it for many, many years and have a lot of people that know who they are, at least somewhat famous, but I do like to also share people that are not famous because they deserve to be known, and I kind of consider them the hidden gems. So I like to share those types of people too. So it's my goal to help as many people as possible to have access to this information. And by sharing these lists of these experts, you can improve your life in all areas. So let's get started. The first one I'm going to start with is one that everybody has probably heard of, and I got to get him out of the way because he's the most famous one, and that is Tony Robbins. So he is a life coach, a author, and a speaker. And if you haven't heard of him, then you probably are really new to this whole thing. He is perhaps the most well-known of all self-improvement experts. You might want to start watching a few of his videos, and then you will understand why he is at the top of every list when it comes to transforming your life. You can't really help but be inspired and motivated when you are listening to him. And I know that he does like seminars where people go and pay thousands of dollars just to listen to him talk for a weekend. And I can't even imagine the energy in the room there, because just watching him on YouTube it's so inspiring and so motivating. So if you have not heard of him, I definitely recommend checking out him, and more so for the times where you're feeling in your life where you need a pick-me-up, when the times where you need some motivation, the times where you're not feeling inspired at all and you just want to give up on anything and anything at all. Just listening to him talk will just help you in any subject. All right, so moving on, I'm going to go to, this is a website and a podcast, and they also have YouTube channel. They are the Minimalists. So they have a podcast, and they have written books, and they do speaking engagements as well. So there's two guys, Joshua Fields Milburn and Ryan Nicodemus, and you I'm sure that you've heard of minimalism. These are just two of the guys who have helped make the concept as well known as it is. So we can thank them for that. Minimalism is good for your mental health, especially. And this is, something that anybody that's working on their mental health should learn about minimalism and learn how to take the steps to living a minimalist lifestyle, because the whole thing about minimalism is less is more, and clutter is bad for your it's bad for your mental health. It's also, it can be mental clutter as well as physical clutter. And this is why they they really cover everything. They focus on getting rid of all of your physical clutter as well as mental clutter, and they cover all areas of life, of general life improvement. It's just a really great website, podcast, books to read. It's a great place to start. And I like to tell people, it is a lot to do, because if you have a lot of clutter in your house or in your mind, it's a lot to take care of if you just look at it as a whole. Like, obviously you're going to feel overwhelmed, right? So I tell people to take one little piece at a time, as if that were the only thing. So you might have heard the question, how do you eat an elephant? How do you eat an elephant? It's too big to eat, right? Not if you take one bite at a time. So if you are looking at an entire house that's cluttered and you just don't know where to start and it seems overwhelming, don't look at the whole house. Look at one room or one corner of one room if it needs to be that, down to the detail. And then work your way out from there, because the thing is, with motivation, it comes as you do it. It doesn't come before you do it. You're not going to feel motivated to clean your house. You're not going to feel motivated to declutter anything. But once you take a small bite and get that done, that's going to give you some momentum. It's going to be like the snowball effect. So you're going to feel a sense of accomplishment, and that's going to bring you forward. It's going to push you forward into wanting to do more, and that's where your motivation will come from. So now I'm going to move on to some more here on my list. I'm going to move on to a woman named Christina Lopes. She is a life coach, an author, a teacher, a healer. She's got a YouTube channel, which is how I discovered her. So she does talk a lot about spirituality, but she also talks about mindset and healing and personal growth. I have had many aha moments listening to her videos. So she has a really good knack for making things simple and explaining things in easy to understand language and really getting the point across. So it's really good for beginners, because she might, say something a couple times and she might say it in a different way so that you get it. So she's another one that I highly recommend. And by the way, I will be leaving links down in the show notes for all of these, so you don't have to remember them. So the next one on my list, I've actually talked about this guy before, but he falls under this category of self-improvement as well, and that is Kyle Cease. He used to be a comedian, an actor, but then he started becoming like a motivational speaker, and he's more well known now for helping people transform their lives, but he blends comedy in with it. So it's kind of it's a way to keep you engaged. So I watch him on YouTube. For those of you who want to improve your life, but you just get bored with some of the more serious speakers, then Kyle would be a good one for you, because like, he's got that background of being a comedian. And what I like about him is he has a lot of aha moments as well. I mean, he can give you those aha moments. He's got a lot of really profound wisdom nuggets, as I like to call them. And so I highly recommend checking him out if you are in need of some motivation and just overall improving your life, transforming your personal growth. The next one on this list, actually, this is my last one, is Project Life Mastery. This is a website and a YouTube channel. The guy behind this is named Stefan James. Since he was a teenager, he has been committed to exploring all of the ways that humans can fulfill their potential. Ever since then, his passion has been to help others achieve life mastery in all areas: business, career, relationships, and health, and probably lots of other ones as well. Um, I really like his videos because I am a business owner and I also obviously talk about health. So, since his information it spans a lot of those subjects and it kind of overlaps, it's really nice to find somebody that can talk about both of those things. So I hope you enjoyed this list. I really could have put 100 people on this list, but I know that a lot of information can be overwhelming. So I feel that these are a great place to start. So I might do more episodes about this in the future and share, because I'm always learning. I'm always finding new people to learn from. And so, it's going to change. My list might change from one month to the next. So I'll definitely be sharing with you more experts that I find in the future. So thank you so much for joining me in this episode of the Holistic Lifestyle Guide podcast. Be sure to visit my website, which is holisticlifestyleguide.com, where you can read articles about holistic health and wellness, and you can subscribe to get freebies delivered to your inbox every week. So I am sending you good vibes and good health, and I will see you in the next episode.